shoot original stream if I was not late to my own stream? I don't think so. I don't think so. So, hi everybody. We will be reconvening with our regularly scheduled TTRPG type streams, but in between, I have a lot of fabric left over. Sorry, let me adjust my chair. I am at a weird angle, and I keep every time I back up, I like almost rip off everything. All of the cables get stuck on like the one fucking leg of my wheelchair, and I'm just like, please don't break everything. This is the opposite of the angle that I wanted. But okay, you know what? This will work. Lock the fucking legs. So roll all over the place. Anyway, we have fabric left over because I made a little molecule plushie, also from scratch. A much more ambitious project, if I may say. Look how cute he looks. Look, this is the molecule for chloroxylenol, which is a surgical disinfectant. Yes, I am autistic. Anyway, look how cute he is. This plushie turned out slightly less cute, but still very cute nonetheless. So, all wins here. But I am so lucky that, first of all, I get to be friends with the amazing @Stitched by Eris, who you should all contact because this is the cutest fucking sewing kit I've ever seen. But also so lucky that she gave me something to help because she helped me finish the plushie because I was having a lot of trouble finishing it, and through determination, friendship, and willpower, and Google, we were able to plushie. Hi, it's been a minute. Hi, how are you? So Eris was so kind as to give me that nice sewing kit because I think she saw my setup and was like, oh, we can do better than that. And so now we are making, with the excess fabric and plush filling that I still have, we're going to make a Ditto plushie. However, as many of you know, oh, I would not know that, no. Let me see. Oh, I forgot I locked my wheelchair. Every time I lock the wheelchair, I regret it because I need to move. Let's see. I could have just been very far from the mic, or the gain is off. Is it better closer? Because if it isn't, oh my god, I know why.
It should be fine now. I thought it should be fine now. I thought it would automatically connect here, but it did not. Hi, hello. So it was in my built-in microphone. Yep. So I'm moving, as anybody watching probably knows by now. And I have to be very, very picky about what I bring with me, which means that while I will be making this Ditto plushie to the best of my abilities, I would like to point out this is the second plushie I've ever made, and the first plushie that I made has turned out to be a plushie in the shape of a pillow. So we're making this from scratch. I have no pattern. I'm running on nothing but hubris. But it's worked well for me so far, so I think it could work again. Anyway, I will probably be giving the Ditto plushie away. It was suggested, and I think it's a good idea to make it a raffle type situation for the GoFundMe, where you donate, I don't know, $2. I put your name in a generator. I add it to all the other names. We run it for like a few days, and then you get plushie if you're cool with giving me your address. I'm not gonna, do anything with it, and trust me, I have no memory, so I'll fucking forget it immediately. But like, we'll see. This will also heavily depend on like, how good does the Ditto end up looking, and how much do you want something because it was made by me? Because I don't know if the incentive will be because it looks like a Ditto. But the cool thing about Ditto is it can look like a lot of different things. So like if it's a little off, you can just pretend that the Ditto is in the middle of shapeshifting. Anyway, first things first, we got to put on the faith. Starting today, y'all should have been on that shit for a while now. No. We'll see. We'll see about that. Anyway, let's see. I have to fucking cut this first. This is the most annoying part. I'm trying to determine how large this plushie is going to be, because again, I would like to use the fabric. Like I would like to use up the fabric. And I don't want it to be too small. I will be sending it vacuum packed, which I will also film because that shit's just extremely satisfying, especially with like small plushies like this. Or like thin, I should say thin plushies like this. Although I will be doing my best to make it nice and fat. The thing that Eris also told me is that it's better to go too big with the fabric cutting and then cut off, because it's harder to let something out than it is to cut more off. So let's see the fabric that we're working with here today. This is where the vibes portion kicks in of like, I'm not measuring anything, I'm eyeballing it. This is how I make things. If I put this together. Yeah. Let's see. That could work. That could indeed work. Okay. Vibes is the best way to measure anything. Let's see. Again, I am not a professional plushie maker. I just approach projects thinking I could probably do it. And you know what the great thing is? I'm always right. I'm always fucking right. Does it come out exactly like I thought it would? No, but do I do it? Yes. And then I learn for next time. So, you know, I think I'm doing great. I have absolutely no notes for myself whatsoever. So we're gonna... These are hair scissors, by the way. There's a long commercial. Oh, well, if you guys... Oh, talking to you guys while you're in a commercial is not terribly helpful. Rest in peace for the long commercial. I have been given the tip to ask people to spam emotes and stuff during commercials, and you know what? That is a really good idea. There's gonna be so much fucking fur on me after this, because this is like a plushy fabric, and therefore it is very... That's weird. It's very fuzzy. Nice. Nice. I forget that people are in school, and therefore have homework and things to do. It has now been a very long time since I was in school. It's been a long time since university, too. Whew. 4 years. All right, so. I'm glad you came back to see me spitting fur out of my mouth. As predicted, I am now covered in fur. That is true. I can come back to school at any time, ideally. Several of my friends have been trying to push me to go back once I move, and I have had to explain to them that I have absolutely zero degree to get another bachelor's degree. So that if I went back, it would have to be like a big commitment of like actually getting my PhD and finishing it. Okay, so the cool thing about plushy fabric is that this can all become stuffing now. Also, I can use it if I fuck something up. But this is now our excess fabric. Yep. Cutting plushy fabric is really annoying. I have a master's in linguistics with focus on English and German linguistics. And then I have a bachelor's in English linguistics and with a minor in German linguistics there. And then I switched my focus in my master's. My master's is more in German. But I guess, yeah. Yeah, and my master's more in German. And then I have a bachelor's of contemporary American comic literature. Yep. I do many things for no reason. I just like them. No, I went to school and I wanted to have like a solid degree, and I didn't know what to do with it really, but I was like, I like it. And then I ended up going into research. The only reason I stopped my PhD is because COVID started. And then everything else that I was doing took off, and I was like, PhD will be there later. Plus, I'd rather get it in Germany if I was going to get it, because here it was the fucking nightmare to like organize. Thank you. It's very sweet. I appreciate that. This is gonna be, oh boy, this is maybe a bit large for our Ditto, but you know, let's, with seam allowance, I think we could get to a respectable size here. I am, however, gonna cut this in half because I don't want to mess up the seams when I'm cutting later by like having it be kind of pillowy. So let's, hair scissors are very nice if you don't have sewing scissors because they are very, very sharp. And they cut very nice straight lines. What's your degree in? Or what are you getting your degree in? I might already know, but as my best friend always says, I have slept since you last told me and therefore no longer remember. And now we have 2 moderately equal pieces of fabric. Now the cool thing about Dittos is that they have absolutely nothing on their butts. We can give it a butt crack, but we'll see. We'll see about adding on non-canon things after we finish. So we're gonna fold the butt of the Ditto away, or we can give it a little butthole. We can do whatever we want. This is now a cutest petite Ditto. So we can go ham. That's cool. I actually have a what's it called? One of my friends is in state planning, urban planning. But she also, the degree program is also like public administration. And now she works in the ministry for traffic? Not entirely sure. She's explained to me like 8 times what she does, and I did not understand anything. And I'm not the only one. None of her friends have any idea what she does. We've tried really hard. It's like cursed knowledge. We don't understand. Like, none of us can retain an explanation of what she does. We've tried very hard for a very long time. We've tried very hard for like 8 years. We don't know. If somebody, gun to my head, what does she do? I don't know. What does she fill her day with? I don't know. I don't know. What's she responsible for? I don't know. The streets. I don't know. It is. It's kind of like magic. All right. Speaking of magic, I have now become thoroughly obsessed. Actually, before I like put this on, I need to decide which part is up, which is the other part. Because I need to put the face on this Ditto, which means that we're going to embroider that. So we have to lay it nicely on the embroidery hoop and remember which way is up. Speaking of magic, I have now gotten fully into Magic the Gathering, and I'm very excited to be working on a 60-card deck that I am designing, because I don't know how to do things casually and just like start and like see if you like it. No, I immediately was like, this is actually really cool. I'm gonna design a 60-card deck of like proxies. So if I get good enough in it, maybe we'll make some cutest petite brand proxies. Must be a bunch of raccoons, just a bunch of pink raccoons. What are they doing? I don't know. They don't know, but they're there and they're here to help. Maybe instead of a planeswalker, you'll be a raccoon. No, you have to be a petite, otherwise it doesn't make any sense for the branding. These are all questions for future Brandy. All right, let's see. I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna try to figure out exactly which way is up for how I'm cutting this Ditto, and if I need to move anything. No, I think this is fine. So this is going to be up. We're going to raw dog this, which is to say it is now time for embroidery thread, which if you've never made a plushie before, embroidery thread is rather thick, relatively speaking. Plushie fabric is not the same as like basic like cotton or fabric that is easy to embroider. So what you end up doing is, well, first things first, you have to put your thread on your spool. So we're gonna do that here for a sec. It's gonna take a minute. Just gonna put it through the little bread tag hole looking thing. Make a little knot just so that it has like a nice firm like beginning, so that you don't accidentally mess up your shit. Come on. There we go. Make a nice knot. And then you just start to... This part is very repetitive. It's going to take a minute. What we're going to end up doing is splicing the thread, Why did you want to make it Ditto? Because it's basically a box. I was like, I have fabric left over. I would like to make something. I would like to make something that at least kind of looks like I succeeded in doing what I was originally planning on doing. I had considered making a Jumino, so like one of the little like sprites from Stardew Valley. But they do actually have quite a few pieces. Plus, I have nothing to do for like I have nothing to use for their arms and shit. So I was like, that's complicated. What is bulbous? What's blob like? And then I was like, oh, a Ditto plushie. And I was like, well, I love Pokemon, as we know. This is something that can happen is you accidentally gnaw your fucking shit because you're not paying attention. It's fine. We'll figure it out. It's just a brief little like knot. I do love undoing a knot. Something very satisfying about it. Especially because like a lot of people find it very difficult. I am the person to go to if your necklace has in a knot or whatever. Like I will fucking fix that shit in no time. And it brings me great joy. I like cannot ignore a fucking knot. The moment I see one, I'm like, I must fix this. It was very funny that there's like I learned that there's like this myth of like if you leave like a knot in front of like a witch, they will not be able to stop themselves from undoing it. And I was like, I accept that lore. That sounds cool. But yeah, I wanted to make it Ditto because they look easy, relatively speaking. And this is only my second plushie. And I was like, let me maybe not go as nuts as I did with my first plushie, where I was like, I can make a custom molecule plushie. This is going to be easy. It did turn out really cute, but it took me quite a long time. I think it took me like 20 hours total to make the molecule plushie, which like, when you see it, you'll be like, why did that take you 20 hours? And the reason is because I had to redo a lot of it several times. I had to redo the embroidery several times. I had to redo the actual sewing part of sewing it together several times. And then also like it just takes a long fucking time to go over it over and over and over again to make sure that like the text is bold or that the eyes are even and blah 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 blah. So it just takes a minute. It was a lot of fun to make, and I loved making it. And I feel very proud of it. However, I own a few handmade plushies that I've like purchased from people that are plushie makers. That shit should be $800. Custom plushies should be priceless. And then any handmade plushie should straight up, that shit should be $800. It is so hard. And I mean, like, yes, most people own sewing machines that do that stuff, and like that does help quite a bit. But I still think that if you make custom plushies, that shit should be $8,000 actually. Okay, so we've got it all in a spool. Which means we're gonna get out my cute pin cushion that Eris gave me that I love. I love so much. It's so great, and it has push pins in it. And I'm like, this is gonna be so nice. It's gonna make my job a lot easier because I had exactly one push pin the whole time I was like making my first plushie, and that shit was difficult. Very, very difficult. But it's a strawberry. It's a little strawberry with a little baby strawberry. It's very cute. I love it. And I put my sewing needle in it as well, like the one that I've been using to embroider. So let's grab our thimble also so that I don't fucking wreck my shit. Let's grab our thimble. Where did I put my motherfucking threader? Because if I don't have my threader, then we're fucked. Hello. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Hi, Strings. I just saw today that I wasn't following you on Twitter. I'm very sorry. I thought I was. Hi. This is a threader. A lot of people, hi. A lot of people, like myself, have issues threading needles because the hole's really small. So what you do is, so there's the hole, right? You stick this small hook through the hole. It stays there. When you grab the thread, you're going to put the thread through the hook and then pull it through, and then it threads the needle for you. First, though, we have to do this fun thing where we have to splice the fucking thread because it's too thick. This is not going to go through the plush fabric at all. So we're going to have to... it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 5 threads that make up, like, small, like strands that make up this thread. So we're going to go down to 3. That's still relatively thick, but it's thin enough that it'll go through. And then we're just gonna, at first we're gonna make an eye, and we're gonna make the other eye, and then we're gonna make the mouth. I'm not gonna draw on this quite yet because I feel like I should be able to freehand it, but these could be famous last words that might end up getting clipped of like you thought, and you were wrong. But we'll see. So I'm just gonna tie my thread off here in the corner. Thank you. Your faith is entirely misplaced. I have no idea what I'm doing. So before you like knot anything off, we're just gonna splice it. So you're gonna take like your fingernail and just kind of see if you can pull it apart. However, it is like woven in there, so you have to pull it apart very carefully and like kind of twist it on the bottom as you go, so that it doesn't get messed up and knotted, like it can. So there's a lot of, this is also a process that like can take like a moment. It's not the hardest part, but it is fucking annoying to do. I wish there were a machine that did that for you. There probably is, I just don't have one. That is entirely possible. Just to make sure we don't mess it up. How is everybody doing? My brain is so melted from like the occasional like foray on TikTok now that like every time I say how are you, I want to say it like that girl talks to her chihuahua where she's like, good morning, munching the Santana world, good morning, how's you doing? And I'm just like, don't fucking talk to people like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right, now we have like a slightly thinner thread. It's like she like goes up and this like chihuahua is like angry as shit. Like all it does, like she's just laying there and she walks up to it and it goes no matter what she says, and she's like, good morning, munching in the Santana world. And it's very easy to get stuck in your head how she talks, which I think is cool. Also, for those that have trouble making a thick enough knot, little tip is to take your thread, double it over, and make a knot with that. Automatically gets a much thicker knot. See? Pull that through. Knot. You can see it. So that's like the end knot now for the thread, just to make sure that I don't like accidentally pull through the whole fucking thing. Now it's time to thread our fucking needle. So we've got our needle threader, needle thread puller. Gonna hook it into the ow. Okay, come on, let's not like stab me. We're gonna pull it through. Come on. It can be a little bit thick. Please don't make me have to unthread this motherfucking thing. There we go. Okay, that was a little tight. That was almost too thick for the needle, but that's okay. We got there. All right, cool. Right, we're gonna thread once. So we're not going for a thick knot here because it has to go through the fabric, but we're going through one knot. Please don't be too thick. I'm gonna pull really tightly here just to make sure that it doesn't fucking move. And we're gonna go in from the bottom because I don't want the end of the thread to be sticking out of the fucking ditto. We're gonna remember where the fuck our top is. Yeah, that should be fine. We're gonna flip it over. We're gonna start embroidering, which like a lot of people don't embroider because they're like, oh, I don't know how to do it. It's the easiest thing in the world. I taught myself by looking at 2 pictures, and then I've just been figuring it out ever since. Now I've been embroidering for a few years. I don't do it terribly well, but I don't do it terribly poorly. So we're just gonna start and pull our fucking thread through. Just gonna pull it through. Come on. And then when you work with like very small needles like this, it can be very sharp, which is where the thimble comes in, where you can like use the end of it to like push the needle through. Talent sure is a word used to describe many things in people. Thank you. It would have been easier if I had drawn a shape to fill out, but I don't have a pen on this desk and I just don't want to get up. That's the only reason we're freehanding it, is I don't want to get up. This is a Patoot original plushie. Just gonna check on the outside. It came in nicely. Yeah. I'm just gonna start doing a vague shape of an eye, and then we're gonna go to fill it in because I didn't draw an outline, so we're gonna sew an outline instead. And then in between, when you're holding like the embroidery hoop, like you just have to make sure that it like stays together nicely and that you don't accidentally pull all of your fucking thread out. Sorry, all your fucking fabric out. All right, you're gonna do You are going to stab yourself several times in this process. It is simply a part of making plushies, and a part of embroidering. Probably more a part of embroidering than a part of making plushies. It can be really relaxing. I like to do this also when I'm like watching TV or something, because it's just like, it's very repetitive, and like it requires a little bit of focus, but like not the most focus in the world. So it's pretty fine. And then so what we've done is we've made 2 lines. You can kind of see them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now go up and down. So we kind of went this to side, and now I'm going to go up and down between the 2 lines side by side to fill out the eye slowly. And then the cool thing is you just go over it over and over and over and over and over again. At least you can fucking try. If your knot isn't too fucking big for your shit, you might have to re-pull your knot a few times. Again, it's not about being the best, which is a rare thing to hear me say. It's about getting the end result you want, really. So also, I already made a mistake, but you know what? I'm going to go over it. You're not even going to be able to tell. And if you can't tell, you're going to have to keep that shit to yourself. That is none of my business. If you find a mistake, you can fucking keep it. Well, exactly. It's only a mistake if you admit it. If somebody asks you about it, you can be like, no, that's on purpose. It's actually a very special technique. I don't expect you to understand. Gatekeep, gaslight, girl boss. Ugh. Although I have yet again established that I am really an anti-gatekeeper, because the first thing that I did when I finally understood Magic the Gathering and I finally understood the appeal and I was like fully into it, the first thing I was is like thinking is like, how can I get more people to play this very cool game that I think they just maybe don't understand because people don't really explain it that well. Sorry, I'm still in this shit apartment that is full of mold, and therefore my nose gets really itchy. Weirdly, only on the outside. Like, just it's the outside that just feels very like itchy, and it needs to be like. Honestly, I would like to scratch on it, but that's really bad for your skin. So I'm just gonna. Are you safe? No. It's fine. I mean, it is what it is. I can't leave, so you make it work. So I end up like fucking pushing on and like tapping my nose to like kind of like satisfy the like itch, but it does make my nose get like a little pink. So apologies in advance. This happens like every stream. I've already pushed. The reason my background is blurred instead of the wall that you guys are used to is that like I pulled my desk and my cables as far out from the main area as possible. So now what is behind me is the entire apartment, which, as you can tell by all the colors, is a mess because I'm trying to like pack up all my shit and protect it from mold. So I've been streaming like this instead with the little blurred camera. Except on Liminal Horror, where we record not in Zoom, and I can't blur anything. So you just see it. At least you see me in higher definition, but oh boy. Certainly was a choice to film in. What do we even use? We use Video Ninja. Oh, okay. Maybe. I mean, if it's compatible with Video Ninja, cool. If not, then I can't, because I'm not the one producing that show. I'm just on it. And therefore, and also it's our last episode tomorrow that we're filming. We're filming the finale tomorrow. So I shall simply persevere. Then again, if it's really sharp, you can use your thimble on your thumb to like push into the needle so that you don't stab yourself. Because even the like non-pointy end of a very thin needle is really uncomfortable to painful. I will check it out because I might have to record other stuff in Video Ninja before I can like get out of here. And like move to Germany. So I'll check it out. Come on. Let's go. There we go. There's a lot of talking involved in embroidery, to the fabric, to the needle, to the thread, to yourself, and to God. Also, there's the risk of accidentally embroidering shit to your clothes, so make sure that you have like space between the embroidery thing and your lap, because sometimes I do it on my lap and I have had to like cut stitches because I accidentally sewed my clothes to what I was embroidering. It happens. I've also accidentally sewn my bedsheet to whatever I was embroidering. It happens. It's a risk of the trade. Another thing that would probably make something like this easier that you should do is wearing your glasses. I'm not going to, but you should. You should. If I did, you wouldn't be able to see my face anymore because of the glare. So, in order to continue to give you the face, I simply won't be able to see. No, I can see. It's fine. It's close enough. I'm farsighted. Nearsighted? Nearsighted. Wait. I always get this confused. Which is the one where you can't see far away? Nearsighted? Because you can see near, but you can't see far? I can't see far. To be fair, far is a very relative term. I think this eye is coming out nice. I'll just have to round it out a little bit after I finish the bulk of the body, but I definitely have enough thread. Nearsighted means you can't see far. Yeah, that. Thank you. So this is still okay. It's a little blurry, but it's fine. Cool thing about plushy fabric is that while it can be a lot harder to embroider, it does cover mistakes really well. So if I poke through and I'm like, oh no, that's not where I wanted, I can pull the needle back out and you won't be able to tell that I stabbed the fabric because of the fucking fur. Did I do this the right way around? Yes, I did. Okay, I was like, is the eye backwards? No, it's fine. Just gonna pull this out and then I'll show you guys how it's going so far. So, bitch. Anyway, also be careful because often what I'll do is hold my needle and then put my hand really close to my face. Don't do that. So as you guys can see, we have like a line here and a line here, and I've been sewing up and down very close, and we're gonna end up going like about 3 more runs this way, and then I'm gonna do 2 shorter ones on each side to make it rounder. At least that's the plan. How successful am I in executing the plan? That only time can tell. Sometimes all you can do is have a plan. And it's more than a lot of people have for many things. So you're already doing great. How it goes, you can do your best. Everything else, it's not in your control. You can't tell. You can't know. Anyway, Dittos have extremely easy faces, relatively speaking, so I'm very much hoping that this actually comes out looking like it's supposed to. Also, remember, it doesn't matter how ugly it is in the back, because that part's going to get sewn and nobody cares. That is not what I thought it was. It's also not where I thought it was. There we go. Motherfucker, I just had it. There we go. I was wearing lip gloss, and then immediately when I looked down, my hair was like, should we glue ourselves to your lips? Should we? Should we? I think we should. It's kind of like, should we order fries? I feel like ordering fries. Should we order fries? Like, should I glue myself to your face? I had to cuddle a puppy, was it yesterday? Well, I guess yesterday morning. Then the night before, I got to cuddle a puppy. I had to take an allergy pill, but I got to cuddle a puppy. And I was wearing this lip gloss, which is, oh, I don't have it on the table, I think, actually. No, I have it over there. Which is like a spicy lip gloss. Like, it's a lip gloss that, like, has a little peppermint extract in it. So, it hurts a little at first, which, like, I like it. But also, like, if you get it on your lips, like, and you, for the first time, like, it hurts a little. Many people call it the spicy lip gloss. And the dog kept trying to kiss me. And I would move my head out of the way because, first of all, no. And second of all, I was like, you do not want to lick near my mouth right now. Dude, it's going to hurt. You're not going to like it. You're going to be betrayed because you didn't know kisses could be painful. Who knows? Well, the thing is, no matter what happens with this plushie, it will look cute, so help it God. Honestly, I'm very proud. This is some nice, concise fucking stitching. Let's see. Let's fucking, can you see? Oh, there. See? Concise fucking Sorry. Fucking hello. True tone here a little bit better. Because I don't have the background behind me anymore, like my light has nothing to reflect off of, and so I get very overexposed. I tried to flip it the other I tried to flip my stuff the other way so I could use the other wall, but the other wall, it turns out, is also full of mold. Oh no! We should come up with a game. Okay. I come up with a game. Also, it's very unpleasant to touch your nose with a thimble because it's, you know how like when you touch money, your fingers smell like money. That's just metal, an oxidized metal, so it has much the same effect. God, my nose is so itchy. I hate mold. I hate mold a lot. This is crazy. I can't believe that this apartment building hasn't been condemned. Also, before anybody suggests looking into that, I did. The issue with getting an apartment condemned is that, like, yeah, it would let me out of my lease for free, but then I would be homeless. I did not know that. That is not a lot of words. I have apparently written several fantasy... Oh, chapter length. I, like, didn't read. I was like, the novel? No, chapter. Yeah. That makes a lot more sense. I was like, I have written several books, actually. It's like, I mean, I have, but, like, way less. Hi, thank you for the fun fact. I misread it and was very confused. And I was like, damn, those books are really short. And it's like the fucking chapters. Can you imagine? If that was the fucking book length. Well, fantasy short stories. That's very fair. Fantasy is so fun to write, but I do not read it. I don't read it almost ever, but it's very easy to write, put it that way. I don't even know if I like writing it so much as like it's easy in comparison to like other genres that can be more difficult. The genre that I like writing the most but also find very difficult is horror. And that's because I have impossibly high standards for my shit, and therefore I'm like, and when it's horror and it's your own, it doesn't scare you as much anymore. And my goal is to make something that still scares me, which is how I end up with shit where when I show it to people, they're like, oh my God. And it's just like, oh yeah, because if it scares me still, and I read it 8,000 times, it's like, oh, it's gonna scare the shit out of somebody else. Maybe too much. Maybe I have to dial back slightly. But I find horror very difficult to write just because like I have really high expectations for like what I want it to be. But I find fantasy very easy because I have absolutely no expectations of what I want it to be, and I'm just kind of playing around with it and figuring out the story as I go. So the only thing that I try to actively avoid with fantasy, I try to remain like very far away from like any implicit Christianity. Doing things with spiders? Oh no. Sometimes you get a theme stuck somehow. I don't know. Anyway, this is an eye. I'm trying to figure out how big the eye should be. We'll see. Sometimes you get a theme stuck in your head. It's really weird. But maybe it just works. I like to take things that are very cute and nice and then make I like lulling people into the false sense of security and then having that thing that they like trusted fuck them up extremely hard. See, when I ran Alien and I did a little like homebrew adventure where I had them rescue a cat at the beginning, and then the cat was actually pregnant-ish with like the xenomorph cat babies that tried to kill everybody. Shit was great. I had a little Star Trek reference in there where like at some point they just kept like fucking multiplying, like popping up, and I was just like, yeah, like those annoying little fuck shits in fucking Star Trek that like you cannot get rid of. Why not? It's fun. I like it. I don't usually make characters for no reason. Usually when I make a character, it's because I get cast in something. 10 out of 10. I did it for Sci-Fi Week at Utopia, where we did like charity streams for Carl. And for the charity that Carl had suggested and organized. And so I miss Carl. I'm not in Discord as much right now because like for the last 2 months I've had difficulties being social. So I haven't been in the Discord as much. But the VOD should be somewhere. Ideally, it should be somewhere. I really hope so because that was fun. That was my first time jamming on stream actually. It was a lot of fun. It was who was my fucking cast? I know it was who was my fucking cast? Bashir was in there. I know that. Because that was the first time we worked together. One of my friends who's a voice actor was in it, but that could be many people because that could be many people. I can't remember. I've done too many shows, and because a lot of the work that I do is in one shots, it's hard for me to keep them all apart. I'm gonna do the world's tiniest stitch right now because I saw that there's just like a tiny, tiny bit that's like off from the circle that I was doing. So let's hope that I like success. Ooh, that was about to be really wrong. I slipped. This is gonna be tight, but I believe in myself. Hit. Go the fuck through, bitch. Come on. There we go. Hit. An eyeball. Tight. Let's see. Ditto's eyes are pretty far apart, but I don't want it to be like too far and then like not make sense. Let's try to scratch out. You know what? And this is an excellent time to use a tool that Eris has given us in this new tape measure, which is really, really sweet because the tape measure that I have is really, really old and faded. So thank you for this beautiful tape measure in my sewing kit. So I can actually make sure the eyes are kind of even by like at least like being able to like kind of draw a line between where one of them starts and the other ends. So we're gonna draw the line. The cool thing also about plush fabric is that you can use your fingers to kind of mark off a distance because you can push up against the grain and then it leaves like kind of an indent, which is tight. I love this sewing kit. It's going straight in my suitcase when I'm closer to leaving. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna mark it out before I rethread the needle. I'm just gonna mark out where the eyeball starts. Come on. Come on. Get through. Pull through. Come on. There's a lot of swearing involved, but I'm trying to keep it, keep the swearing down a little bit. Just for the stream. And I erased my markings. Oh boy, come on. Pull through. Come on, can't be that. Oh my god, why are you like this? Why are you stuck? What are you stuck on is the question, actually. Why are you stuck? Why are you not going through? Why are you stuck? This is weird. It's not coming through, which is really weird. There we go. Jesus Christ. Okay, anyway, I accidentally got rid of my entire markings, so let me go back. Mark that off. I almost sewed my skirt to the plushie. Happens. Jesus fucking Christ. The mold. At some point during a stream, I had to like just like stream like this and like hold my fucking nose to make it stop itching. I cannot describe the fucking feeling. It's very weird because it's not like, again, it's nothing in my nose. It's not even runny. It's the fucking like outside of my nose that starts to feel like fucking clay. Come on. There we go. I think the knot was a little thick and it came undone slightly and I couldn't tie it anymore and it was going through. But hooey. And then we go here to make the second line, and then we're gonna tie off the thread and re-thread it so that we don't run out and get into a weird little stitch. Gonna go, do not sew your skirt. This Ditto is gonna look real cute. It's gonna look so cute, I promise. I'm gonna have to use so much thread for the fucking smile. I'm still not entirely sure how I'm gonna do that. It's easier to fill small, compact spaces embroidery-wise. It can be a little bit difficult to try to fill out. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. To try to fill out long, thin stretches, because they can get pretty wonky pretty quickly, and you don't want to do that. I'll have a think. I'll have to have a think on it, because like if I do just one stitch, it's not going to be it's going to be loose. Like you're going to be able to put your like fucking fingers between the stitch and the fabric and like pull, and I don't want you to be able to do that because that's not good. But if I do a lot of stitches, they're going to have to be really concise. I'm going to have to go over it a lot of times to make sure that it doesn't look like wonky. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We shall see how I end up doing that. Unfortunately, I can't remember anything, so I know that I did that. I know I did some nice longer lines for the last plushie that I made, but I don't remember how I did that. I just don't recall. I do not remember. I don't recall. I don't know. What's everybody been up to? What's everybody been up to in the world of TTRPGs and otherwise? While I try to find the right spot for my needle. Here we go. Come on. Oh, as far as moving out prep goes, I'm still waiting on the passport, and I can't do anything until the passport, so. Oh! Cool. Make up powers for your book character. Have you tried to use one of the generators as like inspiration? So there's that one website that has like 8,000 narrative generators on it, they've like curated for the last like 10 fucking years or something. I highly recommend that one. And I don't end up often using necessarily what it has, but sometimes it'll like give me a suggestion. I'll be like, it's not just they have like generators for like everything. Let me see. I should have them open. Because I was making a new D&D or Pathfinder. I prefer Pathfinder for this character maybe, but I'm not sure. D&D Pathfinder thing, so let me see if I have their tab open. I have 300 tabs open, so give me a moment. I know I got them in this bitch somewhere, because I use it a lot. Okay, springhole.net. Because it's my phone, it's fine. That's why. Anyway, they have like 8,000 fucking generators for a billion different things. Springhole.net. They have powers and stuff like that. A wrestling game? I love that. The wrestling thing, very cool. No, I will not close them. I'm using them. Also, that's only my main tabs. I have several other folders of tabs open as well. 276 main tabs. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 40 tabs in another folder. I'm using them. They're references. And a lot of them are fan fiction, I'm not gonna lie. I need to read. Reading is fundamental. They were definitely not talking about fanfiction. But you know, whatever helps me sleep at night. I wish I had an extension cable so that I could at least try to move this further in a direction, some direction. I don't know. Unfortunately, my background thing, I don't have all the parts to anymore, so I can't put something up behind me. Plus, there's no room. My bed is like right there. Or my mattress is like right there. You know what I'm really excited for? That'll be really fucking nice. Sleeping in an actual bed. That will be fucking tight. I'm very excited about that. That would be a nice goal. It's like, I know there's like New Year's resolutions and stuff, but I have like an end year resolution, and my end year resolution is to live in an apartment and have a bed. Like an actual frame with a mattress in it that is not on the floor. That is the goal. And another resolution is to feel a lot more comfortable with the quality of the plushies that I'm making. Honestly, I think the embroidery on this Ditto so far is on point. It's a little embroidery joke for ya. I fucked it up, actually. I shouldn't have said anything. This is why you stay quiet. This is why you don't say shit. I fixed it. It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna have to rethread the needle right now, though. Also, if you feel annoyed by that many tabs on my phone, I have several browsers with several tabs open on my computer. And you bet your ass I do not close them all when I turn the computer off all the time. I do try to do that more, though, because I do not want... I'm using them. I do not want to mess up my computer, so I do actually like shut it off and then like reopen all the tabs when it like reboots here and there. I'm using all of them, and the ones that are not in active use I'm still using because I will otherwise forget that I needed to use them, and that would be bad. See? Sphinx gets it. You understand. I should have rethreaded this somewhere else because this is too thin. This is not the same width as the thread that I was just using, so it'll look really weird, so I can't use this. I have to redo some thread. I don't have a thread holder. Where's my other... it's on the other side. Damn. Let's put you over there so you don't get tangled. Exactly. Now that I don't do mostly because I don't watch that many Twitch streams. I watch some VODs, but mostly what I do is I watch my own show, Glenbrook Unhallowed, because I like watching my friends, and I like play that game and like do that show because it's just amazing. Acting is amazing, show is amazing, jam's amazing, everything's amazing, 10 out of 10. I love doing that show. I love watching that show. And then occasionally I'll rewatch episodes of The Angel You Know because I'm really proud of that show. And everybody did such a great job. Let's see. I think that should be enough. It's probably more than enough. Ow, my back. All right, time to unthread this again. Let's see. Okay. Is that the same thickness? To measure, like I have to see how many threads I was using. Was I only using 2? That can't be right. Oh no, I wasn't. I was like, that's not correct. I was using, yep, that's what I thought. I was using 4. Time to split thread. Thank you. It was a fun show to make. I would really like to do a season 2 with a new angel and a new devil, and just have me and Connie be producers. You know what? I've played the angel. You know, I've played Halo and Horns. I've played Halo and Horns now as the devil. I was not good as the devil. As the angel, which I was very bad at, and at the devil, which I was very good at. And Well, very good. As put it this way, I was very entertaining. Was I successful? No, but that's also because like playing against Connie is fucking impossible. Because Connie is just brilliant. So I haven't played it as a mortal yet, though, and I would really like to do that. I think that would be a lot of fun. Come on, don't fucking do this. Don't do this to me. Come on. Thank you. God, this twists like so quickly, thread, when you're like unthreading it. It's very annoying. There we go. There we go. Come on. No, 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 no. You were doing so great. Don't do this. So close to the end. Come on. And there's number 2. There we go. Continue to see VOD, so I don't leave it live. Yeah, it's I usually end up having to go to the channel's YouTube, obviously, for the VOD, because a lot of people don't make highlights, they don't make their VODs on Twitch. If I remember correctly, Glenbrook does have VODs on Twitch, but I watch them on YouTube, but I'm also not sure. Don't quote me on that. I will not always make VODs out of my streams if they're like this, but I will make VODs out of my streams when I like show people how to do like game design or something, or when I have like one of my little TED Talky streams, which I have a lot coming. But actually, those the safety ones, I was gonna do pre-recorded and then premiere on Twitch, so I'll still be in the chat and I can answer things in chat, but that it would be pre-recorded and then the VOD would go to YouTube. However, that requires a level of video editing, not a high one, but a one, which is possibly more than I actually have. So we'll see. I'll do my best, as always, and then go from there. It'll depend on how the script ends up being, and if I feel like after I'm looking at the final script, if I feel like it would be better to do live or better to do pre-recorded. Ow. Don't do that. Do not stab me. There we go. The ones on creating safe work environments and the implementation of safety tools in digital spaces. Especially something that like is like a bit of a blind spot for a lot of people, I think, is one-shots, because a lot of us do one-shots. A huge portion of my career is one-shots. I'm kind of like, you know how like you'll see an actor as like a guest on Friends and a guest on NCIS and a guest on blah 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 blah. That's kind of what I do a lot of the time with TTRPGs. Is I'll just be like, ooh, I'll do a one-shot, I'll do a guest appearance, I'll do a one-shot, I'll do a guest appearance, I'll do a miniseries, currently. And so, let me just move this. And so, oh, I forgot to tie off my ends. A lot of times I'll go into productions and they'll be like, oh, well, it's just a one-shot. So they don't really do the, hi, we're working on the Ditto's eyes. So a lot of times people will not have safety tools very rigidly in place, or they won't be like ready for them, because they're like, oh, it's just a one shot, it's fine, and it's just like, no, it's not. So I'm very excited for those videos, to hopefully they do well, hopefully they help people. Hi, we're working on the Ditto. I just had to rethread to continue with the second eye, and then we're gonna hopefully brainstorm how to do the mouth. My nose is itching from the mold. Sorry. It's really bad today. Christ. I'm not entirely sure how to do the mouth. Because, you know, it's like one long fucking line across. And I don't want to, like, go in and then out. And then you have, like, the fucking line where you can, like, put your whole fucking hand under it and, like, pull. I don't want to do that. So... but when you do like the small stitches, it can be very quickly like get really janky because they don't always connect equally, like fully. So I'm gonna have to mess with that a little bit. Oh. Might have to pull out some stitches. I did finally like actually not draw on the plush this time, so at least there won't be any pen to cover up or anything. I also really like how that eye turned out. It's fucking neat as shit. That would be tight. That'd be very tight. Thank you. No worries. Please. I don't want to feel like this. I hate how like mold exposure makes you feel. Makes you feel like shit. God. Let's see. Where did my last stitch go? Okay, so we're gonna start down here. Yeah. I missed a stitch. So I have to go back. Oh my god, my nose is already red. Sorry. It's just... It's like right, the tops, they start itching from the mold. And so I just pinch them. And it's always good to make sure you're checking your back. Make sure that you're not like accidentally like creating a clump of thread or something, or like getting stuck. And so also like what I'm doing is I go in under the line that I made. Oh, hello. Under the line that I made, and then from the inside, from the other side. So I come under that line, and then I go over the other line, and it covers the two horizontal lines that I made for the eye shape, and gives us like a nice smooth, potentially like rounded out shape like here. I love how I'm saying this like I'm actually teaching you guys how to do that, like I'm in any way fucking qualified to do that. Well, I guess I'm qualified in the way that like I'm doing it and it's working. I'm a big fan of fucking around and finding out. I think that's how I learn most things, really. So I think a lot of people like that method of learning, or at least they certainly do it. So please don't sneeze. Let's see. When you've got like a lot of thread, when you've just rethread, also got to be careful not to accidentally like loop it somewhere and like, again, sew your clothes in, or accidentally create like a big clump or something. So you just want to also make sure that like when your fabric does have like overhang, that you're not going to cut yet because you don't know how much seam allowance you're going to need. Just make sure that it doesn't like flop down too much and you accidentally stitch through it. So like, you know, want to hold it at least a little in between to like check shit. Ooh. What kind of plushies, if you had the ability and like to know to make a plushie and you were like, I can definitely probably make this, what would you want to make? And I also wonder, what would a patoot plushie really look like? Because technically a patoot is a butt, but our mascot is a little pink raccoon. So a very bootylicious raccoon is is a possibility, but I don't know. What is a patoot? You know, visually, except for a butt. Well, I mean, I guess we could try. I'm sure there's a pattern to make like a raccoon plushie or whatever. Maybe. I think that might be confusing since we always use the pink raccoon. Maybe if I just get a lot of pink fabric and I use a raccoon pattern. This is already way above my abilities. Thank you. Ooh, okay, thank you. I'll pull that up after we finish this eyeball. But that would be tight. That's going to be great. And it'll be great for me to practice live on stream. And people will learn as I learn. Ooh. That stitch was a little further down than I had anticipated. But that's okay. I can fix it afterwards. It's okay. Maybe one of his... Who is symmetrical, really? We're not going to impose beauty standards on a Ditto. Yeah, that's a good way to defend that. I'm not imposing beauty standards on this Ditto. It does not have to be symmetrical. It's only got like a bare minimum symmetrical face, but you know. It's a Ditto. Maybe it's in the middle of transforming. I don't know. I cannot wait. Oh, Eris introduced me to cut and sew plushies. So once I'm like established in Germany and everything's all nice and taken care of, and I'm like, you know, no longer in a mold infested hole. I'm very much looking forward to starting to make cut and sews. Ooh, I showed my partner the Dick and Lube plushie, and they thought it was very funny. I definitely want to get that and make it for us so that we can have pillow fights, plushie fights, sword fights. And he loved it. He really loved it. I was very happy with how everything came out. It looked amazing. For like, a first plushie. Ooh, you know the game. It's fun fact time. If you get a commercial, you have to try and list as many fun facts as possible while the commercial is going. I'll put that in my about. I'll try to remember to put that in my about section. That we have like a nice little commercial game. I haven't gotten or set up the whole like ad incentive thing on Twitch. But it's very possible that we might all be playing the commercial game more often. My God. Please. I'm very proud of these eyes. I'm not gonna lie. Look at them. Look at them. They're so relatively even. How did I do that? I don't know. I'm just here. I don't know. Relatively quickly, too. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very excited. And I think that new stitch will be cool to learn because it's always cool to learn new stitches. Ooh, that did not go in where I wanted it to. Oh, it kind of did. No, it did. Welcome back. The itch is overwhelming. I just have to wait for a second. It is really bad today. It's not always quite this bad. And I usually try to stay to the back end of the fucking apartment so that I'm a little further away from it. But it's a studio, so sometimes it's like this. This is also why I don't make VODs out of these, is because I don't want there to be VODs where every 2 seconds I have to like fucking press on my nose so that I don't like flinch. Soon I will live in an apartment with windows that open. When I told my German friends that like it's not that uncommon, especially in a studio, to like not have a window that opens, they were like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "It's just sometimes you can't open the windows in America." And they were like, "But how do you get fresh air?" And I was like, "You don't. That's why you get mold." Trying to un-America pill Europeans is really funny and also very hard because they only know propaganda stuff about America. None of them have ever really lived or spent considerable time here, and if any of them have ever visited, it's because they were very wealthy or well off, and so they were able to have a nice time while they were here and had no idea what it's actually like to live here. And they don't understand. And like, to be fair, when I first got here, that was me. Like, I just did not fucking understand. Yes, I could also break that window. I could do that. That would give me fresh air for sure. But yes, yeah. And sometimes they really are like just horribly difficult to fucking like move. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna do a smaller stitch on this side. Just a little one. For the rounding of the eyeball. See that when you're on your way out, honestly. If they try to give me shit for the fact that I have like an adhesive hook on the wall, I'll just be like, I've been trying to contact you assholes about the mold in my apartment for 6 months. And at this point now, their reaction is to no longer take my calls or emails. And every time I try to go to the office, they are not there. At this point, I'm just like, do y'all see me coming and hide? Like, because also, like, at this, like, the issue is that, like, it's in the walls. Like, they definitely did the landlord special where they painted over the mold in the walls. So there's nothing they could do. Like, I could tell them all day long, like, there's mold. They'll be like, do you want us to do anything? It's like, I'd like you to fix it, but it's just like, they can't do anything. This is an unlivable property. People shouldn't live here. They shouldn't be able to rent this shit out. It should be condemned, which is the solution. But they're not going to want to do that. So what they're going to do is come and be like, well, I don't see the mold in the walls. And it's like, because you painted over it and it's on all of my shit instead. Like, and they're just like, well, where is it? Well, I throw it away. I have pictures, though. I have pictures for the last 6 months of, like, every time that I fucking found mold on my shit. There's mold right in front of me. There's mold right there. I wipe it away every day, and every day it grows back. This shit's very, very persistent. I have a half full at this point now, like, bottle of, like, 95% alcohol that I use to, like, wipe down everything that I fucking own. And all of my books are in the freezer. Actually, I took 2 of them out because they were in the freezer, and then I wiped them down with alcohol, and now I have vacuum packed them so that they are safe. The vacuum packing, oh my god, Eris, again, absolute lifesaver. First of all, that shit is extremely fun. It's just fun. It's so fun. It's very funny. And it's so effective. And it's even the shit that I'm not going to be able to put in my suitcase, I'm vacuum packing because when I put it in, like, when I get a cardboard box, I'm worried about that getting moldy or getting mold through the box into the stuff. So I'm vacuum packing everything now, which gives me time to, like, keep it until I can ship it or do anything with it, and it'll be safe because it's vacuum packed. I'm vacuum packing everything, books, everything. Yeah, because there's nothing that they can do. The only thing I can do is try to get somebody to come down here and be like, yes, this is an unlivable condition. You no longer have to pay to get out of your lease, but also you are now instantly homeless. So I can't do anything until I get the passport and have, like, the money through the GoFundMe to be able to leave and have somewhere to arrive. Those are the 2 main things. I need to be able to afford the plane ticket. I need to have my passport. And I need to be able to afford that there is a place I can fucking stay and work from with my, like, laptop, because I'm gonna have to sell this computer shortly before I leave and then buy the same computer in Germany because shipping it is 3 times its worth. So that's, and also, like, it'll definitely break. I mean, come on. I have to have all of that in place for me to be able to leave. So that's why I haven't, like, reported anybody here, because, like, there's no point. So wait, I have to trim a thread. Don't do me like that. There we go. Also, Eris, this is the cutest pin cushion I've ever seen. It also has the best texture. Sometimes I just hold it because it's, like, a nice weight, and I'm just like, this little mini strawberry thing is the nicest weight and texture. So it is so unexpectedly heavy, and I'm just like, this is nice. So thank you. I love it. Also, thank you for all of the fucking pins. Sewing this shit. Thank you. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you, Gnome. Okay, I'm gonna have to send Gnome a thank you then also, because it's perfect. And I've been stimming with it a lot. It's a what? How the fuck does that work? What? Is that why it's heavy? I was like, it's just such a nice little thing. I keep messing with it. It's like, oh, it's functional. Extremely cool. Do you stick it in the hole? I don't know. That is so... Oh, I guess that's why there's sand, huh? Because it's corrosive. That's extremely fucking cool. That's cool. I didn't even know that existed. I didn't know that they could get dull. I didn't know that they could do that. I just good to know. I just thought it was so cute. I've been messing with it, like, all day in between. I'm just, like, kind of holding it like, oh, yeah, this is nice. You pick up with that. Oh, that's so cool. I should probably do that to the bobby pin that I owned, because it is definitely... a little dull. Oh, that is also very satisfying. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that is excellent. Also, sewing this shut is gonna be so much easier now that I can fucking bobby pin the shit out of it. That's gonna be just so nice. Where did my thread go? Where did my needle go? Hello. Oh, yeah. Don't do what I just did. Don't just, like, drop your fucking needle. Don't do that. Also, that is entirely possible, actually. I should probably do that because I have not done anything to help this pin along its journey. Well, it looks nice. It looks nice. Ah, don't do that. Again, do as I say, not as I do. I have no idea what I'm doing. I am just doing my best. Let's see. The eyes look pretty even. Look, there's a little ditto eyes. Oh boy, that means it's time to cut this thread, possibly. Actually, let's wait. Ooh. It's a good thing that nobody ever has to see the back ends of things because they are messy. Oh. One of those is not like the other, put it that way. I'm gonna stick my pin in that for a second, and I'm gonna look on Twitter at that stitch. Let's see. Twitter. Okay, oh boy. Split stitch, let's go. Ooh, oh my. Oh my. Alright. Oh. I'm already looking at it. I'm like, okay, I think I understand the... Oh, it's very bright. I'm sorry. Okay, let's see. Split stitch. Oh boy. Oh my. I already understand how this works, and I see it. I see the effects in motion. And it should be not that hard since I already did split the thread for this because I couldn't use the full thread. Okay. Split stitch diagram. Yes, let us see this in action.
To make a split stitch, start at the beginning of your row and make one straight stitch.
Got you. Following.
For your second stitch,
Following.
come backwards along the line slightly, then come
up,
piercing the stitch with your needle.
I follow.
Then make a straight stitch along the line. Continue along the line, piercing your previous stitch.
I follow.
The split stitch makes a nice organic looking line.
It does make a very straight line.
Stems.
I like that they're making a raccoon.
Your previous stitch.
Let's see. What also looks nice is the back stitch. What is the back stitch? Because that one is, well, you can. That one's a little bit flumpier though. So this stitch might be better than the back stitch. Note down. Actually, I need to watch that the beginning stitch again real quick, because I've already forgotten that. Let's see.
To make a split stitch, start at the beginning of your row and make one.
Okay. I'm following. I'm seeing the vision. I see the vision. Oh fucking boy! Oh boy. Well, the good thing is, I can cut this anywhere I need to and pull it back out if we gotta. So we're gonna move this. Let me see. Where exactly is the mouth on a ditto? I'd say about. No. Where is your fucking mouth? Where is their... again, do not trust my instincts. I don't know what I'm doing. I have to Google what it looks like, actually, because I am having trouble remembering. Okay. I was incorrect. So that's good that I checked. It's good that I looked. Yes, but it's also longer than its eyes, so its smile isn't mirrored with their eyes. It smiles like wider, so. Slightly lower. Oh boy. It might end up doing that, like, you know, that it was like a TikTok trend. Oh my god, it was like a TikTok trend of like doing that like white guy smile of like the like that. It might end up doing that, but that's okay. Maybe the Ditto is just like I don't know. Maybe this is more of a I don't know than a ditto. But well, let's give it a shot. Can't know until you know. Let's make our first stitch. Let's make it about that long. And then let's look back at the fucking tutorial because I fucking forgot what it says.
Straight stitch. For your second stitch, come backwards along the line slightly.
Okay, let's see. Let me go through the middle. Actually, let's split it from the outside a little. Maybe I should have worn glasses. Okay, I've split it slightly so that when I go back through about halfway, I can go through the middle of the stitch. Okay, we're through. We're getting through. We're moving through. Okay, hello. Hello. I did it. I did it. Let's wait until I set the stitch. Let's wait, but I did it. I think I did it. That's a little big. That stitch is slightly smaller. Ah! That's 2 stitches. It's gonna take forever. I did it. Never mind, your faith was not entirely misplaced. So far. Okay, let's see. Let's split. Okay, we're gonna fucking change how we're sitting because my back's killing me. Split that from above also. This takes a lot of close eyeballing. But this is an extremely cool stitch. Thank you, Eris. This is extremely tight. Like, I mean, like, as in cool. It is also extremely tight as in, like, the measurement of, like, this is very precise shit. The Ditto is grimacing. I can always add a little uptick to the ends once I finish the line. It's fine. Maybe he'll be frowning. Maybe. The world is his oyster. He can have whatever expression he wants. This is so much fun. He's very unique. Maybe a unique little Ditto. Actually, I like it because the fact that I had to like split it makes the line thinner. But now that I'm splitting it while I'm stitching in the split stitch, it's making it slightly thicker, which is what I needed it to be. Hi everybody. We are stitching. No worries. Have fun. Have fun. Thank you for lurking. It's going very well. His expression is surely coming together. And it's not taking quite as long as I thought it was going to, so that's nice. I love his little mouth. Look at the little line that we're creating. Look at his little grimace. And the cool thing is that's the only embroidery we have to fucking do. After that, it's about fucking cutting and like sewing him, which is a lot easier. I'm trying to remember, because Eris is also the person that taught me how to close the plushies. So I'm just like, I remember the ladder stitch now, but that's the last stitch. The fuck did I do for the other stitch? And I'm just like, well, muscle memory, it'll come to me. Inshallah, I will remember. Like, let's see, let's set another stitch. This is great. Also, on a completely unrelated note, what are some movies everybody has watched lately? I recently got to watch the Scooby-Doo one, the new Scooby-Doo Trick or Treat, which, like, frankly, I was surprised they didn't already have a property called Scooby-Doo Trick or Treat. But it was so cute. It was adorable. I loved it. It's been hard to focus. I've been trying to watch some scary movies, but I have watched a lot of horror movies already, so it's hard to find, like, new stuff. Let's try a little longer stitch there. Ow, come on. You guys still tight? Cool, yes. And then also, like, what kind of shows are we watching? Ooh, I started Chainsaw Man, the anime. Obviously only 2 episodes in because it's all that's out right now, but I am really loving it. I think it's really well done. I mean, it's beautifully animated, but I also think that it's just very, very cool story so far. And I like all the characters. I can't wait to cosplay Makima and Power. I realized that I think I already packed most of it, so I don't think I'll be able to do it, but I do think I actually own everything to do, like, a closet-ish cosplay of both Light Yagami, L, and Misa, because I know I have all Misa stuff because I've cosplayed her several times, and I've cosplayed Light before, but I don't have the shirt that I did back then, but I'm sure I have something. And then I think I actually have a lot of stuff that I could, like, put together to, like, do a fairly good, like, Light. So I would really love to do that. Maybe it is time for a Death Note musical rewatch. I wish that it was like an like officially like streamed thing and not like something on YouTube, because the musical is actually even better than the fucking anime, and I love the anime like a lot. It's one of my favorite anime. Period. It's like watching chess, the anime. I like chess, so like it's just I really really loved. I do like to pretend that the second half of this of it like that didn't happen. After a certain moment, I like to pretend that it ended. Which, like, my favorite thing about the musical is it did do that. It took the ending, and, like, cut it into the mid-ending, and cut out all the shit with Mello and Deer. So all that shit was gone, and I was like, tight. And also it made Rem a bigger lesbian. And I was like, tight. The person who played Rem in the Japanese staging of the musical... Do you need a wife? Do you need a spouse? Do you need a spouse? Do you need a wife? Are you looking for a wife? Hi. Hello. Are you looking for a spouse? Hi, hello. I have German citizenship. It's not a perk. You can't get citizen marriage in Germany anymore, but they do love Germany, so like just ignore that I'm not exactly the right kind of German. So like, you know. Details schmetails. It was just amazing. I really loved it. There's only one song in the whole musical that I don't like, and it's the song that like Light's little sister sings, and it's because I find little kid type voices in musicals really annoying. I'm sure she'll see this clip. Yeah, I'm sure that the Japanese Broadway star that played Rem in the Death Note musical, in that run of the Death Note musical that is on YouTube, will watch specifically my Twitch and be like, yes, actually, I was currently in the market for a spouse. I would love one. This split stitch is an excellent stitch, but my fucking god. Get through there. Okay, I think that's not enough. But splitting the stitch is the part that's, ow, the problem. Well, not problem so much as like, god fucking. There we fucking go. It took me a minute. The others were smoother. This one was a little tighter. My bad. Let me make the stitch a little bit bigger. But yes, 10 out of 10, highly recommend the YouTube musical. It's also like because the musical recording is in English and the off-Broadway, obviously, English musical recording is one of my favorite musicals, like musical recordings, period. The songs are amazing. It's just 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10. It's not on Spotify, obviously, because it wasn't officially released. But they did the staging from the Japanese production of the musical with English subtitles. And then when the songs start, they have dubbed over the English off-Broadway songs, which are the like just best versions, and it's beautiful. I think it's a bit over an hour long. I think you can look it up in a second, but I've seen it many times. I know all of the songs. They're so good. Sometimes I forget that there's that weird homoerotic Jesus and Judas tennis match between Light and Elle with the foot worshipping scene at the end, and then I remember, and I'm like. Reeling. Absolutely reeling. Shit was good. The what? The what? You've seen it, right? That shit was insane. I remember watching it for the first time and being like, what? Yeah, because they have this like extremely like homoerotically like charged tennis match for no fucking reason, really. And then, if I remember correctly, it's the same episode. There's this weird foot worshipy washy thing where, like, I think it's Elle with Light's feet. And it also gives a very, like, Judas washing Jesus' feet image. And I had to, like, when I was watching the anime for the first time, I watched it in one weekend. Like, I binged it. Like, I started on, like, Saturday morning, and I finished, like, Sunday night. And I, like, was sitting there, like, and I, like, turned around to my old roommate and was like, do you see that? Okay. Cool. Huh? Also, Misa's a lesbian if I've ever fucking seen one. Like, with the most violent, combat and gratitude I've ever seen in my life. That's how I like to headcanon it. I love her and Rem. I love the musical got to give Rem more time, more screen time, more depth and like development, which is really, really cool. And got to show them more. And it's just, and also like made it very clear that like Rem was like, because like in the anime it's clear enough, but in the musical, it slaps you in the face. 10 out of 10. I really highly recommend the musical. It's in Japanese, got subtitles, and the songs are in English, and the voices are really beautiful. The staging is beautiful. The costuming is beautiful. I really, really loved it. And it's very... I'm not one to really like stage productions more than the original thing, but it really is beautiful and extremely well done. And it's for free on YouTube. I'll put the link up here in a minute. I just want to finish his fucking mouth. It was a grimace, and now it's just like... I can add a little... Like I said, I'll add a little uptick at the end so that he's like kind of like... This split stitch is going to save my fucking life embroidering. Because this is nice. Well, it's because it's a fucking straight line. And like, what's a facial expression with the mouth is a straight line? It's like... You know, he's doing his best, okay? Sometimes it's just like that. Ditto is allowed to feel his full range of emotions. I'm not going to tell him otherwise. He's so fucking... Jesus. The fun thing about, like, embroidery is that sometimes you can't really, like, see the picture, like, while you're doing it. And then you, like, back up for a second and you're like, oh, oops. I made it depressed. Look at him! Making things with no plan on vibes alone is such an adventure. 10 out of 10, highly recommend, very funny. Oops, that was almost too close. I should have done this when I was making my other fucking plushie. It would have come out a lot fucking neater if I had done this. If I had bothered to look up anything at all, instead of being like, I can do this. Hubris. Absolute hubris. It doesn't help that I do have like a hand trimmer. And so like occasionally I will like stab it like that is the wrong spot and then I have to do it like 8,000 times. Just in, out, trying to get the right level. It's not been that bad today though. It's also why I have the fucking thimble on. Because I will accidentally stab myself. Which, like, you can't really hurt yourself that badly with a fucking sewing needle, typically. Typically, I say. This is not a challenge to anyone, but, like, it's normally, like, even if you do stick yourself, it's not that bad. Oh. That is interesting to know. I had never heard that word before. So that's very cool. So I need to pull that shit taut. Make sure that your stitches still nice and straight. Thank you for participating in commercial fun fact time. Twitch, let me put on my normal music on Spotify. Please, God. Work something out with the copyright people. This is ridiculous. Hi, welcome back. That was a very cool fun fact. Thank you. I did not know that. And I had never heard that word before. I had to look at it several times to make sure that I could kind of remember how to spell it for later. Sorry, oops, accidentally completely blurred myself out because I was trying to look very closely at the stitch that I was doing. You're so grumpy. Look at He's so grumpy. That one I know. Look at you. Actually, I kind of like him grumpy. It's hard to do curved lines. Oh, don't do that. Don't go close to your eye while you're holding a needle. Don't do that. That's just a bad time waiting to happen. Okay, we're almost done with his little mouth. Motherfucker, come on. He's doing his best. Jesus fucking Christ. He's here and he's doing his best. He's doing his best and oops. I love you. I love you so much. Look at you. I gave it like a tiny uptick and it didn't do anything. So I'm gonna how much thread do I have left? I can, you know, he is very cute. I'm gonna try and give him a little smile, just tiny little something. A tiny little something. I'm just gonna give it one more split stitch there. Just to kind of thicken that out slightly. Thank you. I love him. I think he's excellent. This is his face. And you know, good for him. Do I have enough thread to actually give him a tiny little, like, uptick on the other side? Actually, don't think that I do. No, I don't think I do, because I don't have enough to turn around. That's okay. That's okay. So we're going to de-thread and cut slightly. About halfway down. So then I can use the remaining thread to do a little something. But until then, right now we're going to tie it off. But it really does feel like sometimes when you're trying to make a knot, it feels like you have to, like, have the world's smallest motherfucking hands to, like, get these fucking knots down. Just to make sure that you don't accidentally, you know, pull your fucking stitches out. We're tying a little. I didn't leave enough room to do the easy double knot, but I did a different one, so it's fine. It's all nice and tied in the back. He's got a little face in the front, and now we're gonna give him like the tiniest little uptick of a fucking smile at the other end with the like little bit of remaining thread, hopefully. Sorry, it's fucking, the mold is really molten. Itches. I have enough thread for like, I literally just want to do 1 or 2 stitches, tops. That's it. I just need to have enough to like kind of knot this. I do also have a bobby pin here that like you can use to help you pull like knots through if you need to, but I didn't want to have to do that right now. I hate when you pull 2 knots and you're just like, yeah, I'll make 1 knot thicker, and then you just get 2 separate fucking knots that have nothing to do with each other and are too far apart to really be useful. A 3rd time. Please double up on one of them. There we go. Okay. Come on. We got this. We're going to pull through for exactly 1 stitch. We're going to reverse back stitch, out, pull through, and up. Then we're going to pull it through. Give him a little dimple. Perfect. There he goes. A tiny smile. He's trying his best. Don't fucking sneeze, please. Okay. Well, in a second, I'm going to... Thanks for bearing with me. I'm sorry, it's kind of a soup. It's basically like if I had allergies right now. Just please get your shit together, nose. I don't want to cut it because then it'll be hard to do the knot. So oh, did I not pull the thread through fully? What did I just do? Where did I go wrong? Hello. How the fuck? So this happened. I don't know if you can see it, but my thread is a loop. One of those ends was open. Okay, there we go. I was like, what has happened? It got stuck. I hate... The mold is very aggressive today. So I think after I finish this, tying this off, we're gonna cut for today, which has already been 2 hours, so it's fine. Wow, it took me 2 hours to embroider this motherfucking face. Please, when you buy handmade things, pay so much money. Pay all the money you can. Fuck what their pricing is. You should add a 0 to that. This takes fucking forever. It takes forever. And this was the most basic thing I could have possibly been trying to embroider. I didn't even have to use colors or nothing. So, like, when you buy things from people that make things hand by hand, like, just please tip them as much as you can. If you can't, you can't. But, like, please. I know my followers are never the types of people that would ever give anybody shit over their pricing, but, like, never ever do that. I wish I had the money to, like, contact anyone I know who, like, makes plushies, and also anyone I've ever bought a plushie from before, and be like, hi, I'd like to give you a 5,000% tip, because are you fucking crazy? Why do you do this? Come on, we're so close to getting you out of the needle without breaking it. Please. I just want to tie you off. Okay, you know what? Whatever. I cave. I got most of it. I can make a good knot. But yeah. Hi. Ooh, I love those emotes. Those are nice. We love a money emote. Love that. I'm going to try and tie it off with one of the other ends as well. Just a little extra security. Woo! I'm going to tie off as many knots as possible because I want this to be very secure. Very, very, very secure. Because I don't want anybody to cuddle with this and then it dies. And by dies, I mean, like, you pull his fucking face out or something. Because I won't be there to fix it. And fixing that is probably not easy. Okay, let's tie off this end one more time as well. Just to be extra safe. Extra, extra, extra safe. The more knots, the better, really. It's kind of like tying a present sometimes, where you make like that little cross. You have to use your like pinky to fucking hold it there or something. This is where the bobby pin would have come in clutch, but you know, we do our best with what we've got. And there's his fucking face. The Ditto. Ain't he cute? We're gonna take him out of the frame. If I can remember how to open this. Oh, I have it the wrong way. Makes me think of a woman. I'll say that. Shh. Thank you, Sphinx. Don't tell anyone. Don't just. We're gonna. This is what it looks like. You hush. Look at him. You know what he reminds me of? I don't know if you guys remember this, but on Nickelodeon, there'd be like Nick Jr. and there'd be Face, and Face was just this like colored screen that had like a face like this, that would like introduce the shows and shit. That's what he looks like. Was that Nick Jr. or was that like PBS Kids? I think it was Nick Jr. that had like Face, and it was named Face, and like that's what he like. He looks like that. I loved Face. I had a very like intense emotional connection to Face, and when they got rid of Face, I was genuinely devastated. I was really upset. But yeah, that's Face. I thought Face was excellent. I thought Face was very cool, and very funny and very cute, and I liked it a lot. Okay, we're gonna some of this like extra thread that we have that I split down. We're gonna put on the spool back in our little sewing kit. And let's see, which one of these was okay. So that was extra flush, and this was what I had cut out to match this. So what I'm gonna do is try to see how much overlap there is with this. I'm gonna pin them together, and then I'm gonna trace out the shape. So what we're gonna do first is pin this stuff to shit. So it's gonna be this tall, this covers almost exactly, so we're gonna fold it slightly and start to pin it together just so that I can get a generic shape before I like try to cut it out. I love this strawberry thing so much. is making my job here truly indescribably easier. Do not stab yourself when you are doing this. It's just a nice little expert tip from me to you. So even just like doing like the top helps keep it like straight so that I can like trace out the fucking shape of the fucking ditto. So that I know where to cut. So we've got that all nice and together, and obviously I'm going to be cutting around it. This I might actually end up drawing like with pen and then cutting slightly under the pen. So I'm going to have to look up the shape of a ditto again and do it on, I'm going to do it on paper. We're going to do it on paper first when I cut it, and then put the paper on top of this and cut that out. Yes, smart. And then when you're pinning stuff together, like fabric that's going to go on, you want to make sure that it's like a fluffy side on both ends, just to check it. And then it'll be inverted, so it'll be like the fluffy side's going to be on the inside for both ends, because then you flip it inside out so you can't see the stitches. But let me see. Just going to add a bobby pin on the side so that it does not get crumpled. There we go. He's gonna be a ditto. I have no idea how big he's gonna be. Probably not huge, but still sizable. And we're gonna fill him both with the cottony stuff and with excess fabric, because you can make stuffing out of excess fabric. Although I'm gonna probably chop it up a little so it's not like lumpy. So I'm probably gonna make it into like strips of fabric, and then use that to fill him up so that he's nice and soft and not like bulky and weird. But yes, that's step one of making the ditto, is that we made his little face. We embroidered his little face. Honestly, very happy with it. Very even face. Does look a little whooperish. But that's only because he's not in ditto shape yet. Once he's in ditto shape, it'll be very clear, I'm sure. That he's supposed to be a ditto. Have you seen a large Snorlax? Have I ever? I'm only obsessed with him. I want him so bad. I would love a large Snorlax to sit on and lay on and be like, oh. I love Pokemon so much. I really wish I could play the fucking games. But I can't. They stress me. Oh, because they fucking stress me out, dude. They stress me out so bad. I hate them. I refuse to fight my Pokemon. I refuse to make them fight. I don't like it when they get injured. It causes me distress. Okay? It stresses out me and the homies. I can't do it. It'll make me like cry. I can't. Have you not heard about the incident of Pokemon Go and why I can't play that? Is because once I had 300 that I all individually named, I couldn't catch anymore. And I was like, why can't I catch anymore? And my ex was like, oh, because you have 300. You just have to like transfer some out. And I was like, I can't get rid of them. I adopted them. I'm responsible for them. They all have names. And he was like, you didn't give them all names. I was like, I did give all 300 of them individual unique names, yes. I didn't say they were good names, but I sure fucking did it. And then I stopped playing because I didn't want to catch anymore, because I didn't want to get rid of any. So I stopped playing Pokemon Go because I felt awfully, awfully guilty transferring any to the professor and knowing I would never see them again. I was really sad. And I just felt really bad. Though I can't. Too autistic to play Pokemon. It's when you come around the full end of like autistically obsessed with Pokemon, it's just like, no, I went too far. I can't play it. It stresses me out. And then I played Pokemon, the thing on the Switch, the like free version of like what United. That was even worse, because you are a Pokemon and you have to fight them. And I was in so much distress. I cannot tell you how much it stressed me out. I was very stressed out. I did not have a good time. I really hated it. I hated it a lot. It was not fun. I did not like it. Exactly. What do you mean I can't catch them all? It is false advertising. You get me. You understand me. It was ass. I was so mad. And then I've never played any of the original games, like the Game Boy games. I didn't have those growing up, so I didn't play them. I do, however, when I move back to Germany, let us all do a prayer. We're all praying for the safety and sagacity of my Game Boy SP and my Game Boy DS and my nope, GameCube died. My Game Boy SP and my Game Boy DS that are in a storage box at my friend's house in her basement in Germany that I will be getting back when I am safely back home. Hopefully. That will also require quite some budgeting on my end because I have to. I don't have to. Sure, she would do it without, but I really can't ask her to make a fucking 5-hour drive and not pay her fucking gas to like bring me my shit in her van. So I'm gonna want to pay for her gas to like have like come and give me my stuff and as a thank you for like keeping it for 4 years. Hopefully there's no mold. Hopefully it's all safe and I get to like do a little stream with you guys where I share all the Game Boy games that I saved up for and that I had growing up because that was my main console was like my Game Boy SP. Growing up, that was it. That was really my main thing. So that's all I ever wanted. That's all I ever liked to have. So maybe I could get a Pokemon game like on Etsy or like not Etsy on eBay or something, and then I can finally play one. I would love to do that. I would love to. The closest anybody's ever come to saying like, give me a TTRPG where I can kind of play in the area is Monster Care Squad, which I haven't played yet, but I'm actually producing a show for Monster Care Squad. This either the ending of this year or beginning of next year, which I'm very excited about. I would love to do that. There's a Pokemon conversion for D&D. I have seen a lot of people send me this like absolutely insane looking Excel document, where there's all the mechanics translated to Pokemon, but I gotta tell you, that's too crunchy. I do not want to touch that. I will never read that. I will never play that. That's their brain too small. Can't do. Sorry. But I would really love. I mean, in the end, I don't even need an official conversion or whatever. I'm a good GM. I can just wing it. You know, I can just figure it out as I go. Adapting IP is kind of my main thing that I do. So I feel like it can't be that hard to figure out a base engine for what I want. I just have to be able to put into words exactly what it is that I want. Because, like, really what I would like is a video game. But, like, I'm not a programmer. There's this, like, meme of, like, a cat, like, a baby cat, like, sitting in front of a computer, like, and it says, like, his ass is not a software engineer. And it's like, yeah, my ass is not a software engineer. Yeah. But it is, I mean, I have worked on video games, but I'm not the one, like, putting in the fucking code for the video game. I'm, like, the narrative designer on the video game. Which is hard enough, thanks. But I just, there's that episode in Pokemon Indigo League in the original Pokemon series where they meet this girl who runs this, like, sanctuary and rescue for Pokemon, and all she does is take care of them. There's no fighting allowed, and she just like rescues them, takes care of them, and then you know if they want to stay, they can stay, and if they want to go back into the wild, they can. That's what I would like. I'd like that shit. I'd like to have that. Maybe it's open world, and I just journey around with my partner Pokemon, and I spend time with them, and we have hijinks. Although there's like a certain amount of like extreme like narrative programming that would have to go into being able to actually build up non-predictable variation inclusive relationships with Pokemon. Because the thing is, I did used to be able to program. Not all softwares are the same, but I have like there are codes that I know. I do know enough to be like, I understand what to do. Like, I understand what you would need. I don't know how to do it. But if you want the good, please do send it to me. I don't know if you have my email. My email is on my card. Let me put it in the chat. Let me make sure I wrote it correctly. You can email it there. Just have to be wild captured. If you're wild, you become feral and run off to attack random folks. And when you're captured, you end up captured by some trainer. Maybe. Yeah, I have a CARD. I have it's my main link on Twitter. It's brandyrose.carrd.co. It has all my shows, all my networks, all my work, and my credits page and my IMDb. That card. And it also has my merch, of which I now have 2 pages. I have merch that you can wear, and I have stickers. So if you ever wanted a sticker that says I'm always down to fucking to punch a fucking cop, you can get that now. You can also get that as a hoodie, sweater, shirt, or cap. But yes, I have all my links, all my shit. The GoFundMe link is currently in there as well. I love my card. I love that website. I wish you could do more with it, but for what it is, it's pretty tight. And it's free, so I'm not fucking complaining. So the next step will be the Ditto shape on paper. Hi! We're making a plushie. The current plan for this plushie, because again, I'm not taking more than I have to, or than I can, really, to Germany. So I'm not going to be taking this buddy with me. So what I might do is, as we make him, which I think it's going pretty well, I'm very proud. Maybe we'll do a little raffle thing where, like, I don't know, you can enter the raffle for like $2 to the GoFundMe, and then I will put your username. I don't know, maybe it's $2 per entry. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And thank you. And whoever wins, as long as you are comfy giving me an address to ship this to you to, you'll get this. You'll get this baby. If you'd already moved, no, definitely not. I'm still very much in the mold-infested apartment in Texas. I have to wait for the passport to get here, which it's late. So really, the good thing about being late is like any day now. Positive spin on it. And then I need the stuff from the GoFundMe in place so that I can afford to actually get on the plane and then have a place to sleep after I land on the plane. You know. So that's what the GoFundMe is for. So we're not there yet, and also I'm still waiting on the passport. I was supposed to get it. I was supposed to originally leave within the next 10 days, which is not happening. The longer I'm here, the worse things get. So I would like, obviously, the passport to get here faster and faster. But it's, a lot of moving parts, and I'm sadly not actually in control of most of them. That's life. You're unfortunately not usually in control when you would really, really, really want to be. So I'm still here, which is why my nose is a little pink, because mold. But I have scrap fabric, and I feel really bad throwing stuff away. So I wanted to use it, and I was like, what can I feasibly make? I, who have made exactly one plushie in my life, and it looks a little bit more like a pillow. But I'm happy with it. I think it's cute. I did a good job for the fact that it was my first time and I had no idea what I was doing. And so I was like, okay, let me make a Ditto. So we're making my second plushie ever, and I don't know, maybe we'll include it in this GoFundMe thing, where for very little money you can enter the raffle, and then after, I don't know, a week, maybe less. I don't know. Let's finish the Ditto first. Maybe he will be able to go to a new home, and I'm really trying my best here with this Ditto. I think his smile is cute. I think he's unique, and I think he's wonderful. I just think he's neat. He's also gonna be quite sizable. So I'm excited. I'm also excited to learn how to, because I'm learning a lot of skills. I learned a new stitch today. I figured out that I'm a lot better at the other stitch than I thought I was. And we'll get to practice a ladder stitch when we're closing him up, which is really good. It's good practice. And I'll learn how to make stuffing out of excess fabric. So I'm learning a lot of things here. And very excited that once I am in Germany and set up and safe and everything, I can start maybe making plushies on the side as for fun. Not to sell, but just for fun. I don't know if I would ever tell anybody that I was making original plushies to sell. Maybe one day I will learn how to make a nice little raccoon plushie, but with pink fuzzy fabric, and that'll be our little mascot. I don't know. It's all things that are fun and cool. I think it's also good to have creative hobbies on the side that you're not doing to be perfect at. You're just doing to have fun. Plus, I wanted to use my Stitched by Eris sewing kit that was provided to me very generously by said wonderful Eris, who I love, and also from Gnome. So thank you very much. I'm gonna text Gnome a thank you for the needle sharpener and pin cushion, and just to thank you guys in general. It's also very cute. Look how pretty it is. It's got a nice look and a little zip and everything, so it's beautiful. I also have a wonderful necklace that is already very carefully packed with my jewelry, so it is already nicely packed. And then also, you can't see it, but there is a giant bottle of vitamin C gummies behind me. I have been taking them every day, so on my friend's watch, I will not get scurvy. Certainly not. So I loved it. I loved the care package. So that's where we're gonna leave off with the Ditto today, because the mold is actually getting quite aggressive, and I'm having some trouble continuing to breathe. So I'm gonna go spend some time in the opposite side of the apartment, and make some food, and we will work back on him very, very soon. Maybe I have to shoot on Monday, but we might I don't know how long. It might run a little bit long actually shooting tomorrow, because it's the finale for Gehenna Gaming's YouTube exclusive series, Liminal Horror, of which I am one of the main cast members. So we shoot finale tomorrow, should release next week. And then Tuesdays I have my wonderful stream on Glenbrook Unhallowed for Unmade Gaming. But either a late night stream maybe on those if I am not exhausted, or if the mold is not too much. Or we'll aim for a Wednesday, perchance, to try to close them up a little bit more. We'll see. We'll see how much I stream of him, but I will keep you guys abreast on his birth, and we'll share some ideas. And if you guys have any cut and sew plushies that you guys know of that you would like me to make in future, because they're just fun, you can always send those to me via Twitter DMs. You can send them to the email that's in the chat. Whatever you guys would like. I love hearing from you guys. And I love spending time with you guys, and I'm sorry I haven't been able to stream that much. These last 2 months have been really hard. And I am working on making sure that I stay active here. And don't like blink and then like a week's passed and I didn't realize, because time goes so fast, especially when you're stressed. When you're stressed, time goes so fast. So yes, I hope everybody is taking care of themselves. Please hydrate. I'm gonna continue to hydrate. I'm gonna go get food. So if you need food, you should go get food. If you want to rest, go be nice to someone today, please. I've been seeing a lot of bullshit. I've been having to go through a lot of bullshit, and I would really, really like it if more of us had some more positive motherfucking encounters in the day, because let me tell you guys, I had the week and a half from hell, and I would just be really happy if there were more nice things and more nice things being said and done all around. It would make me very happy. So if you can text a friend something nice, I don't know, just be nice to him for no reason. Maybe make plans to hang out, something like that. I have plans to hang out pretty. Oh, my phone died. Pretty soon myself tonight. So I will see you guys